or you might have seen, his profile somehow. It's difficult to talk about GETWORK Nigeria mentees without mentioning Godwin Smart. He's been very supportive in this mentorship program, being a beneficiary of the program itself. Godwin is currently a doctorate student in the United States. And today we'll be talking about a very important topic that has to do with chasing your purpose and at the same time making money. Gordon's journey speaks for itself. He has interned with GetWork Nigeria in a moment where he has also felt the financial pressure of trying to make a living for himself and trying to support his family. And while doing that, he has also tried to apply for scholarship in the US, has failed many times in his scholarship application. He has had over 50 rejections. He has battled with life issues, personal issues, including losing his mom and finding courts and funding his himself, and also having immigration roadblocks. Still, he never lost sight of his dreams. He still went ahead, got scholarship, went for his masters, and finished up his masters. Got another scholarship to get to do his PhD, which is currently doing. Authored his first book, which is Dream Regardless. He's also a very notable figure in the music industry. He's still pursuing his passion in music, and he's still doing his career. So this is somebody that you want to listen to. You want to listen to his journey. And then we have him on stage today. I'll be asking him some questions. He will be responding. And if you have some questions, you can put them in the chat box, and we can look at them maybe during the session if it's something we can accommodate during the session. But definitely, it's something we will be able to accommodate at the end of the session. And also, this session is also an opportunity for you to ask career questions, and then we can provide answers to them. So it's not just a mentorship session that is focused on finding fulfillment and financial growth like we have in this session. It's also a mentorship session that gives you an opportunity to interact with us and ask questions, and then we can answer you on areas around your career where you are finding some confusion and you need some clarification. So I will just start today by bringing in this wonderful fellow, Godwin Smart. Godwin Smart, are you there? Thank you for honoring the invitation to be a speaker and not just an attendee in this event at this time. We appreciate you taking out of your very busy schedule to be part of us, being a family, and to share your experience with us. Godwin, you can unmute. You can, um,
Hello.
yeah, you can let us see your handsome face while we kickstart the session in ease. Yeah. So, Godwin, you are here to speak to us about purpose before paycheck, finding fulfillment and financial growth early in your career. I will start by asking, what does purpose mean to you in the context of work?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Can you please repeat what you said?
Okay, what does it mean to you in the context of work? We're talking about purpose. What does it mean to you? Let's start with the meaning of purpose.
Okay, so good day, everyone. Can everybody hear me or see me?
Yes, we can see you now.
Okay, so it's uh once again it's an honor to be here. To I really appreciate Sister Bumi Meke Getwork Nigeria for giving me this opportunity to share my insights. And I really don't take it for granted. It's really a great privilege. Thank you so much, Ma. So, a quick one. Purpose to me um, is a blend of what you are passionate about plus what you feel you are designed to do on earth.
Hmm.
Okay, like the word I'm going to use is value, the value that you are meant to live here on earth, or the legacy you are meant to live here on earth, right? Um, you know, and merging it with work is deliberately being in an environment where you are able to merge what you are passionate about, merge, this legacy, this value that we're talking about with, and connect all of these things together to like choose where you're going to be working, right? And yeah, so that's pretty much purposes for me. Like it's a blend of those three. I don't know if that kind of like gives a summary of the rest, I mean, the question before I, go into further details about it.
Okay, so yeah, so purpose actually in the general context is the use of a thing. What is that thing designed to do? So, like you mentioned, in the context of work, it is what you find value in. I mean, what value are you bringing to work? What is that superpower? What is that thing that drives you? What is that thing that you're good at and that aligns with where you find an opportunity or where you work, if I understand you correctly? Looking at that, based on that definition, do you think that you can actually earn a living and at the same time fulfill purpose? Do you think that?
Yes, I think it's really, really very possible for you to earn a living and fulfill purpose. Um, where am I going to start from? I
Mhm.
believe that purpose is more like a journey, and you can pretty much like sorry, I don't know why I'm I'm feeling a little tense and
No, it's fine.
nervous, but
It's just
yeah.
to show we didn't rehearse these things. I just want it to be as natural as possible. I'm not trying
Okay,
to
okay, okay.
do
So
anything.
it is
Yeah.
possible, it is possible for you to like fulfill purpose and like still like earn a living from it in this sense. For instance, I personally I for instance I the last book that I wrote, I wanted to communicate value. I've always been passionate about adding value to people. I've always been passionate about impacting the knowledge that whatever it is that I know. I've always been passionate about impacting it to people, right? And so I felt like, okay, how best can I merge what I'm passionate about, the value I want to communicate to the world or people around me, and also like maybe earn a living from it, right? So I wrote a book. So of course, holistically, the whole goal of the book is, of course, in fact, most of the books I actually give them out for free, right? But then I mean, I'm impacting lives, but there are some people who are paying to, buy, so especially there are some people in the US who are paying, money to, buy some of these books, right? So it is possible for you to be doing something that you are so passionate about, that you are so convinced that you are meant to be doing on earth, right? And still, you know, earn an income from it. I don't know if that kind of like makes sense. For
Yeah,
instance,
I think that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, I
And
do
when you
music,
think
for
of,
instance.
yeah, go ahead. Go
Yeah, I do
ahead.
music, for instance, and
Yes.
I go to I'm invited. I mean, I'm invited to travel to a lot of places around here in the U.S. I've been to quite a number of places in the U.S. here, and I'm paid to do something I'm passionate about. As much
Mm-hmm.
as I do it and I add value to people, bless people's life, but then I've really had some strange experiences where people will say, "Oh, we really love what you just did. The song really, really blessed my life." And then they, send
Yeah.
money to my Cash App or to my Zelle. So it's possible for you to be doing something that you are convinced that is your calling, all right, your assignment on earth,
Mhm.
purpose, what you are passionate about, and then you still earn a living from it. My music as well is uploaded on all song streaming platforms, for instance, and I heard from you streaming my music. I heard from it. Do you
Yeah.
understand? So it might
From
not
what
be a
you're
lot.
saying,
Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
I was still a lot from what you're saying, Godwin. And a lot of thoughts were just coming to me as you were speaking. And I was wondering, is it really convenient? I'm speaking from the reverse of what I just asked now. Is it really convenient to do something for a living that you don't love to do? You're just doing it because you need to earn a living. It looks to me like that is the plight of even prostitution, most prostitutes. Sorry to bring that. Like, you
Mm,
don't like to do something, you don't like to violate your body, but you're doing it because you just need to earn a living. That's a very harrowing experience, in my own opinion. So I
mm,
think that the issue when people talk about purpose, passion, and making money, and they are finding a misalignment, I think the misalignment is not because you're pursuing purpose or you're pursuing passion. I think the misalignment comes from something else, maybe in the way that you're pursuing it, maybe in the strategy that you are putting forward, maybe in the way that you're pursuing that purpose. You're not finding the way to make money out of that purpose, or
mm,
you've not explored how to make money out of that passion, or the level of hard work or the level of diligence that you put into that thing you're passionate about, or that thing you're purposeful about, or the level of focus you put in it is not enough to actually
mm,
get you paid, to actually get you money. Sometimes we live in some self-deceit, right? We just feel that passion is all about you being talented at something. There's more to talent. There's more to you being talented at something and earning from it. It's not enough to be talented at something. For you to be able to earn from it, there are other qualities, there are other values, there are other understanding, there are other knowledge that you must gain, there are other information that you must have to be able to gain value from that thing that you're passionate about, that thing that you're doing. There's a lot of things attached to it. There's a time management part, there's a diligence part. Remember, the Bible says, I'm a Christian and I'm going to say that part. I know that there will be an Islamic point, an Islamic perspective of it, or a traditional part of it, that Yoruba proverbs around it too. That
mhm,
set a man that is diligent in his work, he will sit before kings and not before mean men. And is right. The Bible is always right in these things, in the way that we do life, in the way that we conduct life. If you are very diligent about what you do, you seek information about that thing you're passionate about, you're focused about that thing you're passionate about, there's no way you won't earn. There's no way you won't earn from what you're passionate about. The misalignment does not actually come from you doing something that you're passionate about. The misalignment comes from the how. And this also takes me to that next question, Godwin. When people talk about this money, money, money issue, was there a point in your journey when you had to choose between a high paying role and a more fulfilling one? What guided your
mm.
decision, and what do you think that was a good decision at the end of the day?
So I'm gonna give you instances, right? I finished my master's in North Carolina Central University. Now, one thing had ever been clear when I was growing up, I had always known that I was going to be doing education, right? I was going to be doing music, and I was going to be impacting my world with these things. I've always loved people networking, so they have always been my core, right? So I finished my master's in North Carolina Central University, and I had an option. My friends, you know, got got jobs, right? They finished their masters, and then of course, like in the US, there are opportunities for you. You can work with Apple, Microsoft, or whoever. And in the kind of environment that I was, Apple just moved in. So I mean, there were a lot of opportunities that we could take advantage of. And I mean, we were going. My guys are in big money now, driving Tesla and all that. Now,
Mm,
but the thing about purpose is a journey,
mm,
right? Now, you will you you have a we all as individuals have a choice to make, right? I can decide that I would either cap it at my masters and chase money, all right? And maybe I'm earning like maybe $100,000 in a year. Break it down in months. Maybe I'm earning like maybe $10,000 or $9,000 tax. I remove the tax. Maybe I have like maybe 7K, and I will be fine. Do you understand? But I
Mm,
know that that is not what I want to end up doing. That is not the goal. The goal
mm,
is creating, adding enough value to myself such that I can impact, not I'm not just feeding my family or feeding myself or my immediate environment, but I want to be able to be a policymaker all over the world globally. And so I had a choice to make.
mm,
Either chase money now, or
mm.
it's going to be tough,
Yes.
or go and do my PhD. My PhD, I'm going to be earning a very, very ridiculous amount of money, like maybe like $2,000 max, and I'm still maybe paying some health insurances and all that. But
Mm.
it is like delaying your what do they call it? Is it gratification?
Mm.
Right?
Delay
Opportunity,
gratification. Yeah.
yeah, opportunity is it forgone now? I mean, the majority of us did economics for
Mm.
the goal that is ahead. All right. So, and to be honest, I mean, it's not that you can see the room I'm in now. My friends probably, I mean, they have their own houses, they have their own cars they are driving, but I'm here, learning, putting in the work and the time, and it looks like, I mean, one is not making progress, but I believe that in the nearest future, like maybe in the next 4 or 5 years, I'm not going to be on the same pedestal as these people. I'm 100% sure of it, right? And so.
And Edwin, can I remind you a bit about your journey, because you did your journey with us, and sometimes you're talking about now. I think it's also good to take a step back and look at how you got to where you are at, and the fact that there were some decisions that you made that actually got you here, which which is not a small feat. It's something to be celebrated, right? Winning a scholarship, going to the US, isn't something that just jumped on you. It's based on the choices that you have made, and I'm aware of one of those choices at least. There was a time you interned with us, and you were sent to one of our employer partners rather, and you were there. You went through their program and all that, the training program, and then you called me, and you said, Ma, I'm not sure this is the part I really, even though this is really good, this is really,
Mm,
techie driven and all that. I'm not
mm,
sure this is where I want to be. With
mm.
and they had very good employment package, at least for an entry level graduate. And there was
Entry level,
nothing.
yes.
There were other
Yes, you
entry
still
level
remember.
there are other entry level graduates that are still in that company, and they are doing well by their own purpose, by their own vision, right? It's not bad. But you had a focus. You said, Auntie Bumi, I want to go into academics. And I'm not sure that if I'm here, I will be able to maximize that potential. I'll be able to do that. So I would give up this opportunity now and pursue that. And this was you. You didn't have any job that you were going into that I was aware of. But
Mm,
I knew, being a person of purpose, being a person of vision, I was not unlike what you were thinking at that time. Maybe that would really make me mad because it's an opportunity I got for you. It wasn't easy. There were other people that needed that opportunity and all that. You were all able about that. And I said, no, that is your vision and I'll support you. And I kept supporting you. I saw someone that was as in vision driven, and I'm so proud that I was able to support you. I'm not based on any personal aggrandizement or any personal like interest. I was able to look beyond that and see someone who had a vision, who had a purpose, and was pursuing it. You left to no job, basically. You left to be teaching my child lesson. You're a lesson teacher. You left a corporate environment, a corporate offer, to make impact, to be volunteering, to be doing your music by the side. There are a lot of confusion at that time. You come to me, we'll have a clarification session and all that. But hey, see where you are at now. That is enough testimony to show that, I'm just reminding you because I want this conversation to be as natural as possible. We've not rehearsed any
mm,
session, we've not had any rehearsal on this discussion. I want people to learn as natural, ask questions. I want it to be as natural and unique and authentic as possible. So here are you now. You've done your after that time. We're talking about like this whole thing is like 4 or 5 years ago. Within the
Hmm.
space of 4 years, you've had your master's, you're pursuing your doctorate degree, not in Nigeria, mind you. You got a scholarship and in the US and all that. So for me, that is enough justification. That is enough evidence that pursuing your purpose in the right manner is worth it,
Hmm.
right? Does that support my debate? And I'm sure there's something else you might want to add to this based on your experience.
Yes, thank you so much for reminding me that. And I was still even going to get there. There is a need for us as individuals. I don't know, all of you that are here that are hearing me, please. There's a need for you to have somebody that you can always call on to when it is looking like everything is looking easy or foggy, right? I remember, there's also a need for you to surround yourself with not just like-minded people, but people that you can always climb on their shoulders to see better. Now, I always had people like that in my cabal. One of them is this person that you are hearing right now. Her name is Auntie Bumi Omeke. Like I love her. I mean, to be honest, like this place that I'm here, I mean that I'm in right now, if it weren't for the support that I got from her, from GETWORK Nigeria, from quite a number of people, I would not be here today, right? And I'm grateful to God who deliberately aligned my path so that I can connect with a destiny helper like this person. Now, I remember those days that I have even forgotten. I've even forgotten. But I remember those days that I finished I was just on Instagram. I don't know what I just started my NYC. I was just on Instagram and I saw this flyer. I saw this event live. I don't even know how I joined. I just joined, bam. So I don't know if you guys know Shude, this Mr. Shude that
Okay.
does
Yes. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
programs
I even forgot
that
to speak. He has once spoken at us, one of our session. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mr.
So
Chidi.
I saw Mr. Shide, this popular man that used to like invite popular people to speak and share their stories and all that. And our own brother, who is engineer
Michael.
Michael
Michael
Uluwagbemi,
Oluwaseun.
is
Mhm.
such a very, very
A
good.
Libra person. Yeah.
See, I don't know how to qualify that man, but he's so weird and strange. That's our elder brother. He's weird and strange. He's such a gift to the world at large. Now, I remember I was able to get after joining the live, and one thing about me is when I join a thing and I see that the thing is adding value to me, I don't care whether we are 100 or 1,000. I will raise up my hand and tell you, how can I be a part of, how can I learn from this? 'Cause I'm always that kind of person. I always want to go from level A to like level B or level C. And when I joined that, it was GetWork Nigeria's Instagram live session where they were, doing, I think it was this independence, whatever thing. And so I joined, and that was how I got in connection with Auntie Bumi. And over the years, I was able to land an entry. I got this internship, and I had to travel all the way from Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State to Abuja. That was the first time ever in my entire life that they will pay. It will be an all expense paid trip. They paid for the in fact they were going to fly me just for internship, if not for I think what was happening that time, but they paid for my transport fare, lodged me in an hotel, paid for my feeding, and I think it was maybe like 3 to 4 months. I can't really remember of intense training. So I was trained as a business developer. My God, I have never been in such environment in my entire life. They were teaching us about how we can present. I am sure if I were to be there, I would be. I would be like, like I would really, really be drilled because the environment was just something else. Right. And then after the internship, they transferred me to Lagos. And, that was the first time I was earning that amount of money anyway, as well. But and the environment was so good. I mean, just like she said, it was really, really good. If I stayed in that place, I would really, really be in a very, very great place in Nigeria. I know by now because of the environment. But I know that that is
mm,
not, like you cannot lie to yourself. See, there are some, see, the truth of the matter is all of us, we know we know what, it's just that we just want to, it's only if we want to lie to ourselves. We know that thing that causes us to be extremely happy and extremely excited. You just by
mm,
yourself, whenever you find yourself in that niche, in that zone, you
mm,
joy fills your heart. You are so fulfilled. You even lose control. Like you are
mm,
unconscious of where you are, and you are like, it's like taking a fish from on the seashore and throwing the fish back into the ocean.
mm,
The fish feels like I am where I am. Like
mm,
it feels so excited. That was exactly what happened. I felt like they took me from the ocean and put me on the seashore.
mm,
That was how I felt. And so
mm,
I was so confused. I'm smart. The truth of the matter is, any place that I enter or in
mm.
anything that I do, I
Excellent.
will excel in it by default
Excellence. Mm,
because of the way I personally am wired, because of the way I've been
mm,
conditioned by the people who have mentored me. One of them is
mhm.
also here. Presently, he is the MD of Globacom in Ijebudu. His name is Mr. Deji Adeshegun. Is one of those people who like drilled me, right?
Hello.
And mentored me. He's here presently listening. So because of the kind of drilling that I've gotten, I
Mm,
can't, by default, I can't live a life that is different from what has been imputed in me, right? So I
mhm.
called her. I was so confused. At the same time, she was the one who got me the position. So I didn't want to break her heart. I didn't know what exactly I was going to do that time. So I called, I said, Auntie Bumi, you are going to take it. What am I? How am I? Because I was so worried. I was so worried. And I didn't want to lose the relationship. So I
Mm,
spoke with her. I said, Auntie Bumi, I know you got me this job, this, that, and I know what you had to pull to for me to get into this place. But I'm not feeling purposeful here. Like I am feeling like I'm doing extra work. Like I'm feeling like,
struggling.
yeah, struggling.
You're
There's no
struggling
free
to
flow.
belong there.
There's no
Yes.
free flow. So
Mhm.
when I spoke with her, she was like, hey, yeah, okay. So the way she guided me, my goodness God, thank you so much, your Auntie Bumi. God bless you. Along, God bless you. The way she guided me, another person would have been like, why would you, can you come? I did this, I did. She didn't do that. Oh, she was like, okay, this is how to go about it. This is this is that, this is that. And that was it. I told my brother, as soon as as soon as she said yes, that I can live like this. Do you know that I left Ijebu to come and stay with my brother in Lagos in Nigeria? So at that time, I, I I have never in my entire life experienced Lagos traffic. But the first day I went to the job, I sat with my bum in one bus for almost like 4 hours. I'd never in my entire life experienced traffic. So
Anyway,
so I
yeah.
told my brother, I said, bro, sir, I want to go back. I'm going back to Djibouti. I want to, immediately she said yes. Ideas started flowing in my head. I
Mm,
knew that I was going to be starting, and the Holy Spirit was inspiring my heart that to start a tutorial center online and
mm,
be teaching people, because I mean, this I inherent, I can teach maths, I can teach physics, to go and do this thing. And as soon as I told my brother was like, why would you leave that kind of job? You are lazy, you are this, you are gonna go. I'm like, no, I'm leaving. Within like 1 week, I packed my bag, ran back to Djibouti. In my mother's room, I
yeah.
started
I'm, I'm,
tutoring.
I'm gonna cut you short, Godwin. Yeah. So yeah. So because I know the story is a lot. It's your story. I'm glad that you started to write about it because it's not something that can be told in a 1 hour session. I'm very, very sure of that. And apart from you being a mentee at GETWORK Nigeria, you've inspired me. You won't understand how much inspiration I've even drawn from you as an individual. And there are some things that I have also seen in this journey of you pursuing purpose and passion. And I want to I want to highlight these things to our audience. I would like you to share with me what have you ever seen, or what how can you speak to the connection between acts of service? Because a lot of times, yeah, when our graduates come out of school, and I quite understand the economic terrain and what is happening. There's so much pressure to earn money and all that. Um, However, before you start earning, you have to have something to give. Before you start having something to give, you have to be something yourself. You can't give what you don't have. You have to have
Mm,
that thing that you want to give, right? So, have you seen and how have you understood the connection between acts of service? I mean, this we talk about volunteering very early in one's early career life. How have you seen this connection with our professional opportunities out there? As a young graduate that you were then, what were those
mm.
things that you see as a useful connection between acts of service and launching into your professional opportunities and professional career? How has that helped you? Does that question make sense? I know it's not very
Yes.
direct. Just I
Yes,
just
yes, yes.
want to
I
put a
think
lot.
I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Now,
Hmm.
there is something that I learned from see, I would encourage everybody that is listening to me to, if you see opportunities to volunteer or to serve in any place where they are not going, where it does not translate into them paying you direct money, right?
Mm,
Please do it.
mm,
Now, it goes a long way into helping you. I'm not saying that when you see opportunities where you can volunteer, you can serve, and then they pay you money as well, to not do it. Okay. But try to
mm,
understand the context of what I'm trying to say. I remember I've learned a lot of things that I'm doing currently, presently here, is as a
mm,
result of the service, the things that I've done, okay, or the things that I've learned from people as a result of acts of service to them that has now translated into value that is helping me now. For
mhm,
instance, I host an event here in the US. Like, I came to the US in 2022, and by 2023, I hosted an event. Somebody told me, said that you will not have 20 or 10 people attend that event. That particular event had 300 people.
mm,
And that was because I had earlier volunteered in Saxifrage and I've been taught the principle of how to network, the power of networking. I learned it from Saxifrage.
mhm,
And it was not that they were paying us money. It was just because I was just around a system that was consistently doing that thing. I did not know that I was inculcating habits, ideas, ideologies, values that would translate into helping me in the nearest future, like in the next 4, 5 years down the line. Me, I did not know. It
mm,
was when I got here that I knew that I could put all of those things in place, right? So in essence, the same thing with there was a time Auntie Bumi called me because I am a volunteer. I mean, I was volunteering. I mean, I still volunteer at GETWORK Nigeria. There was a time Auntie Bumi called me. She said, and she was able to point that out because of the fact that I'm interacting with her, right? I'm like
mhm.
interacting with her. There was a time she called me. She said, "God, you're so disorganized." Auntie Bubi, I am still very much disorganized, but I think I'm I'm working
You're
on it.
better now. I can see that you're better. I can tell you that you're better. Mhm.
My professor, my professor will look at me and be like, "What kind of strange human being is this guy?" And it's because I've had to go through phases of meeting with people like Mr. Cornelius, people like Uncle Deji, people like my pastors, people like Auntie Bumi. They've been able to carve a lot of all these irregularities, all these and they've been able to inculcate habits in me that is helping me now. So if you have opportunities to serve, right? That is
Mm,
not going to translate into money. There are a lot of instances I can give you. For instance, I served at GetWork Nigeria, right? And then I called one day. I said, Auntie Bumi, I just lost my mom. She knows about my story, right? So, and she knows that she knows how I have always wanted to get a scholarship, and when I finally got the scholarship, that was the same week that I lost my mom, and all my savings were already pumped it into treating my mom and all that, and I didn't have anything on me anymore. So I called her. She was like, "Okay, what can I do? And what can we do, Godwin?" So she started calling our network. Okay. Now this it wasn't that of course Auntie Bumi was even giving me money when I was even volunteering. So it wasn't the fact of service that was not resulting into money. Do you understand? But I got so much more. But that wasn't the mindset of entering in the first place. If I had
Mm.
entered with the mindset of, hey, I want to get money, perhaps I would have short-circuited myself, like shot myself in the legs. So she
Mhm.
started calling her network, right? Oh goodness. The calls that she made those times, and that call is still saving me till today.
Mm.
She called her networks, and some people sent $200, some people sent money, some people, a lot of them gave me money, right, to help support my flight ticket to come here. But some gave me a relationship that is worth more than money. That was how I met
Mm.
Mama Salt. That was how I met PD. That's how I met Auntie Okpe. Like I can't. I don't, word is failing me. Like, it cannot be overemphasized. If you have an opportunity to serve, learn and
Mm.
serve, please
Do it.
grab it and serve. Grab it and serve. It's going to go a
I
long
also
way.
wanted to I also wanted to add, with the right intentions, there's something you kept saying that may not be very loud, but I want to loud it in this room, because a lot of times we've had graduates, not that they don't volunteer, but not with the right intention, and it affects your action. It's not about what you do sometimes, but it's about the spirit behind, the intention behind what you do. If you
Mm,
come really with the heart of learning, the heart of giving, paying it forward, as you're learning on the go, you're also giving back. If you come with that mindset, there are other values, just like you mentioned, there are other things that will flow with it. It will come naturally. You don't need to force it. You don't need to shake. You don't need to chase it. That's why, talking about this, chasing your purpose or chasing money. If you chase money, money will chase you. If you chase
mm,
purpose, money will align. And chasing purpose includes the attitude that you demonstrate. One thing I got from Godwin, and which also helped me in my mentorship, I have people that still mentor me. I have mentors, right? In my mentorship journey with people, I will give an exact relationship, which is like Guess What Nigeria is like a rebirth of that mentorship relationship. My relationship with the patron of Get What Nigeria, Dr. Yetunde Ajibade, has been very similar with the relationship I've had with Godwin and some other mentees of Get What Nigeria, I must say. I am saying specifically with Godwin right now because he's here and we've been talking about his journey. Is that heart of learning. Miss Y I call her Miss Y. She can't say, there's nothing she says to me that comes to me as an offense. Even when she
mm,
scolds me, even when she chastises me, even when she picks weakness, sometimes even when she judges based on a misunderstanding of
mm,
my thought process or the way I do things, I still take it as a learning opportunity. And I think that is something that is getting missing a bit with our young
mm,
graduates.
mm,
Sometimes when you're corrected or when your weakness is brought forward or you are chastised for something, you take it very personal. You don't take it as something that the person is actually as in the person has nothing to gain. You are the one that is going to benefit from that correction. The person who is correcting you really has not much to gain. That's the way I see it. Even when somebody is correcting me from a wrong intention or whatever, trying to embarrass me or whatever, I am always that person that always take. It's Miss White that can actually. I don't want to be the one blowing my trumpet, right? But she
mm,
always says it that Bumi, that's what makes you peculiar. The way you take correction, I have never gotten anyone take correction the way you take it. It's not like you change immediately, but the spirit with which you take it's very important. So this thing I'm saying
mm,
is like I'm just emphasizing on it, but I'm saying it based on my relationship with mentees, my relationship with young people, young graduates, and I see the missing link. So it's not you coming to volunteer. When you come in to volunteer, you need to ask yourself, why are you volunteering? Are you committed to this process? The tasks that you are given to do, are you doing it as if you are doing it with your 9 to 5? Do you give the same level of commitment? When I say level of commitment, I'm not talking about 1 hour, like you have to give the same 20 hours or 40 hours a week you give to your 9 to 5. Of course, you can't if you are doing like a side volunteering, right? Or you're volunteering in different places. But if you have committed that you want to give 2 hours of your volunteering each week, are you actually doing that 2 hours? And are you doing it well? Is your impact felt? Or are you just a figurehead, what I call figurehead volunteer? Are you just one of those names? Are you outstanding enough to be given responsibility and task in that area? And when you are outstanding enough, when you're given responsibility and task, that's where the value actually comes from. When somebody can
mm,
rely on you to say, you know what, this person is going to get this thing done, right? That is already some deposits you are making. That's already a career you are building. Trust me. Because there'll be areas where you will need that recommendation. We've given recommendations, good recommendations from a lot of our mentees at GETWORK Nigeria. And that's because of their personal work with us and what they have done and the values that they have brought to the table. We don't just dash recommendation because you come with pity face. We don't give recommendation because you begged for it. We give recommendations because that is who you are, right? So,
mm,
and that is how it applies to most organizations that you get to volunteer. You don't need to beg for anything. It just comes naturally. You flow into their value network and you
mm,
will meet
mm,
people. You will get value from their network directly from them. There are instances where we even rewarded our volunteers directly, right? And that is how it happens with other even places that you work. It's not even that reward that you're giving directly. It's even that thing that you get, that skill that you enhance, that knowledge, that information that you wouldn't have gotten anywhere else. Yeah.
mm,
Or from that particular place that you volunteer for. So I'm just saying this to, emphasize the importance of passion, following your
mhm,
purpose with passion and still making money from it. In fact, that is the best way to make money. I see a lot of people say, yeah, you'll be there for 10 years, your mates, they've made money smart. But I also has those questions. When you are pursuing something that you're not passionate about and you're making money from it, what's the sustainability? How long can that really last? How happy can you really be in this life with that? It doesn't really last long. It is very possible to pursue your purpose and still make money from it. If you're not making money from your purpose in life, there's something somewhere. It's not the money that is the issue. That's just a symptom. That's just a symptom. There's a reason. There's something you still need to address. Could be a skill issue, a skill gap, could be a knowledge gap, could be an information gap.
mm,
I am for the position, and I'm here to convince you, and I think that's the reason for this session, that you can pursue. In fact, you have no business pursuing anything outside your purpose. That is
mm,
what I'm here to say. And that will be the crux of this conversation. That's what I want you to take back home. You have no business as a young graduate pursuing anything that is outside your purpose. And that comes from number one, discovering what your purpose really is, right? You have no business going outside your purpose. You can make money. You can make a living from your purpose, right?
mm,
And it's also I know that this also it's wrapped around the way success has been defined over time. A lot of times and that is again misalignment. Yeah, when you're comparing yourself, you're making an unhealthy comparison, I would say. There's nothing wrong in having people that inspires you to do better, to do greater things, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a problem when you're comparing your life journey with another person's life journey. No two persons, I have twins, a boy and a girl, right? They are two different individuals. They have There's a milestone. I know there's a milestone for children. They are supposed to be doing this at this time, but they don't meet their milestone the same day, the same hour, or the same minutes. One person might choose to do something ahead. The other person might choose to talk first. The other person might choose to start eating with fork or spoon first. They have their different times with their milestones, right? And that is how, in fact, they've helped me to be able to understand what the word really is. They came out from the same womb. They are in the same family setting, but they are totally different individual with totally different journey, despite the similarity of their birth. And that is how we human beings are. You see, that unhealthy competition is also something that causes purpose misalignment, that makes people to live outside their purpose. Because when they see someone doing something, especially when we have like where currently am, we have people that migrate from Nigeria, to Canada and all that, and you see them pursuing things in the name of money, trying to make a living, and they totally forget the reason why they even left Nigeria in the first place. It's
Mm,
a struggle, and sometimes it has to do with looking the other to your neighbor's house, looking at what is happening. I mean, what kind of car they ride, what kind of
mm,
forgetting that your journey is really different. Like,
mm,
oh, I remember when my brother-in-law used to say, that's my sister's husband. He used to say that he was a vet doctor. He is a vet doctor. He's a vet doctor in Canada now. When they finished vet school, and he had a lot of his colleagues, and this is a very typical example. He had a lot of his colleagues, including his wife, my sister, moving into the banking sector because there's no money in vets in Nigeria, right? And he said something. My sister, she's an excellent individual, excellent in everything. So I'm not trying to say this, to say if you come out, you do the particular course in school, that is what you must do outside there. Like Godwin said, to digress a little, journey is purpose is a journey. You might come out and you might see something that you're really passionate about that is different based on the opportunities you find out there, or the experience you get out there, and you find out that you're very good at this thing, and then you pursue it. As long as you're focused, that's totally fine. So my sister went into the banking industry, back to my story, and the husband, he focused on his vet's practice. He got job with this farm that was paying him 50,000 naira monthly at that time. My sister was working in a bank, got with Access Bank, got an official car. In fact, her first year of marriage, she got an official car. My dad gifted her a car. He is okay. He's from a comfortable background as well. He had support from his family. They started well, started building together and all that. But of course, my sister was earning more than him. She was in the banking sector. But he made a statement to me, and he said, there's a law of, she was like, my mates are in the banking sector and all that, people, they're making money. He said, well, there's nothing there's a law of overtaking. There's a law of meeting and overtaking. Like,
mm,
there's an opportunity to meet them and also overtake them. There's nothing that stops me from actually overtaking.
mm,
Something like that. He made that statement, and I was like,
mm,
wow.
mm,
And guess what? That has been a story. This
mm,
guy moved to the US at some point, became a veterinary nurse. As I speak to you now, to cut the long story short, he owns a veterinary hospital in Ontario, Canada. Not Ontario, the heart of
wow.
Canada. Yeah. He owns a veterinary hospital. He's a vet doctor in Canada and all that. And his wife is doing well. She started off, as a vet graduate, but she's moved into accounting. She's in one of the top banks in Canada as a vice president. So they are doing well in their respective field. But what I'm saying is this: pursuing knowing what just know is your journey, is personal. It's not in competition with your spouse, it's not in competition with your family member or your mates, or just know it is your journey.
Mm,
Understand that this is your journey. Understand that this success thing is not about somebody else's success.
it's my
It
journey.
is a competition with
Mm,
your own stage, your own phase, and your own growth. Not necessarily someone. Yeah, people might inspire you, your colleagues, they might inspire you with the way, with their excellence, with the how they go about their journey. But always respect your journey, and always know that your journey of success is very personal to you, and
mm.
purpose is very personal, and you can fulfill that purpose and still make money from it, right? So I don't know if you have some closing reflections to share with us, Godwin. We've
Um,
some 5 minutes extra. Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to say there's a question here, but can I quickly say something before we answer those questions? Because I
Okay.
believe quite a number of them I have some questions. It
Yeah.
is possible for, like, just like you said, it is possible for you to. I think there was one of the questions I was talking about. I think I've forgotten the question, but then I'm just going to close by saying that
Yeah.
please be very let's be strategic. Let's be very, very strategic. See, and let's be strategic and find a way, find a system. I mean, the system might not be working, But if it is possible for us to go any length, every length, I mean good length. I'm not saying I'm not saying go and do Yahoo Yahoo or go or something that is happening in Nigeria presently. That they are just beheading people's head, doing all those nonsense just to cut corners and get to it, only at the end of the day to truncate their destiny and their lives. Right? I'm not
Mm,
saying do that. I'm saying if you can be strategic, change your network. That is
mm,
the people around you. Change what you are hearing consistently every day. What you are hearing. What you are hearing is a function of the people that are around you consistently, right? They are the ones saying words into your ear. So if you can consistently change the network, the people around you, environment, there's a theory, it's called the Bandura's theory. It's a cognitive career theory. It states that humans are a build up or a sum total of what you are what your inherent ability, that is your makeup, your temperament, one. Number
mm,
two, your the people that are around you, right? And
mm,
then number three, number three is yeah, I think your people, the people around you, and then your maybe your learning experiences as well. Yeah, I think those are the things. So please endeavor to be strategic, deliberately take control of the people who are having your hair time. That is your hair time, like your hair. That's what I meant. Like I mean, so take control of the people that are consistently talking around you. Take control of what is entering into your heart. You can, I
mm.
mean, if it is possible for you, me, I'm a Christian. Oh. I wake up in the middle of the night and I pray. See, Bible, I have Bible here. I have versions of Bible here. This world is not a, this thing is a thing of do or die. Like the kingdom of God suffered by and the violent take it by force. So don't mind me. I mean, I'm just maybe getting over emotional. Gbogbo
Yeah,
nǹkan tó bá gbà ni kó fi fún. Whatever it is
yeah,
that is going to
yeah,
cost you, do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, Godwin. So I want to quickly take this question because I know it's very important. It's one very solid question that I see here from George, and it says, "We hear this boost phrase, following your purpose. What exactly could we term as someone's purpose when all we knew was go to school, graduate with a degree, and work for organization? How do you identify or know you are following the purpose? You see this purpose topic. You see, not one single human being can actually finish the topic on purpose, though. Like what Gordon has said about purpose being a journey. But I will share some few tips. I already have those tips and reflected on, and there are practical tips that have really helped me in life. So you see, a lot of times people share from their depth of experience, the information that they have, the what has worked for them. And I will tell you it's not so different. And that's why reading books around purpose, reading people's experience, reading people's journey is something that will also inspire you to discover purpose. It's not something you can actually discover in continuum just by yourself. It's something you discover from insight from God. God created you. You should also reach out to, I mean, not it's not even a second option. For me, that's even primary. For me, that believes in God, that's as a faith person, I don't think you can discover purpose outside of God because He created you. When a thing is, being sold out, like all these electronics, it comes with manual. That is the way we are with God. We come with our manual. Everybody has their manual. So you have to have that connection with Him. In my own faith, from my own faith-based approach, right? Now, coming into purpose, when you were talking about career, taking it a bit further. Number one, signs that I'm following purpose is that I feel very energized and fulfilled by what I do.
Mhm.
Like if I'm doing something and I feel the energy is just there. You don't need to push me. You don't need to wake me up to do that particular thing. I wake up feeling this is what I have to do. And when I'm done doing it, I feel fulfilled consistently on that course. That's my purpose.
Mhm.
When I feel a strong sense of meaning or alignment with my values, it's aligned with my values. Not that I'm engaged in something that is teaching me to lie. I don't like lies. Now that's why these things are personal. Now I'm engaged in something that is just is choose is is what do you call it, is teaching me or making me, putting me in a position where I have to pretend, be hypocritical. That's not my purpose. There are people who can be in a very, there are people who are very diplomats, like they can be put in, they can be in politics. There are people who are very political. You understand? I don't believe that politics is created, everybody is created to be a politician. That's a typical example. But when I see that not everybody, believe me, politician and leadership, they are two different things. You can be in a position of impact, but not in politics. It's possible. And I'm not discouraging anybody from going into politics. There are personalities that are aligned. My elder brother, Gordon, was talking about, is in politics and he's doing very well. And he's doing what he's meant to do as far as Nigerian politics is concerned, right? In my own opinion. I don't want to digress too much, but I have to give all these instances just to help, because purpose is not something, it's not just a cut and dry topic like that. Just no, it's something that is a journey, it's something you understand daily and you strategize, like Gordon was talking about. So I talked about you feeling a strong sense of meaning and alignment with your value. If it does not align with your personal value, it's not purpose. It's
Mm-hmm.
not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, you sometimes lose track of time because you are fully engaged in that thing. Like you are just flowing. Another sign is, even people will be saying that to you. If people don't start telling you that you are good at something, they need to say it, because people see more than what you can see. That's the truth. You can say, I don't care what people say about me, but excuse me, there are things that you need to hear from people, from third party. There are self audits that you need to do, and you need to hear from them. I've had a friend who went through a therapy session and she sends me self. In fact, because she sends me those things, I also send her back those questions, that answer those questions about me too. Let's answer it about ourselves. And then I take it further. I send it to other people too that I feel like are close to me to know me enough, and ask them, what do you think I'm good at? You understand? What do you think I'm good at? And what do you think I'm doing that I can do better? Or in what space do you see me that maybe I'm something I shouldn't be doing? Those kind of self audit question, I send it out. They are also part of things that help me to discover my purpose in life. They help me in my purpose journey. And also that thing that you keep doing even when you have challenges, because purpose does not mean you won't have challenges. There are things that you do when you have challenges, that you just dump it, you move away quickly, you leave it, as in there's no point wasting your time. In your head already, naturally, you feel you're wasting your time once you encounter any challenge. But there are things that you do, even when you encounter challenges that someone else will drop, you are still pushing. It still makes sense to you. That thing is in line with your purpose,
Mm-hmm.
right? So those are the signs, those are the things I can share with you. General signs. I cannot look at you if I don't know you enough. And that's the place of mentorship. If you have a mentor, they can tell you directly, this is exactly what you're good at. This is exactly what it is. But I'm giving you this as a guideline to help you, you know, to know if you are really in your purpose as a young graduate, as somebody who I mean, we have people that have had their mid-career level or senior career level experiences, you know, and they might also still be thinking that, okay, is there a way I've missed it in terms of my purpose journey? Is there a way I can realign? These are tips that I've shared that can actually help you to look at it, reinforce what you already have, because there's reinforcement, like say, okay, yeah, I think I'm actually working in my purpose. Or, okay, I think there's a misalignment here, so I need to adjust. So I think these few tips of mine should help, for you to be able to know if you're actually following your purpose or not. Right. Um, do we have any other question? Do we? Whatever gives you fulfillment, whatever you find exciting every day, your talent, your natural skill and inclination, what you are passionate about. Thank you, Godwin. Okay, so we'll call it a day. If we don't have more questions, do you see more questions there?
Not really, but when we all knew we were supposed to go. Graduate
I've
and
answered that.
so I just wanted to quickly add to that one that
Yeah.
please I mean of course I mean this same economy that I mean it might be tougher now, I think things are even really terrible now, but I mean we to a large extent, to be honest, we've been a part of this same structure, same system. So
Mm-hmm.
and I've been to school. I've also been in that structure where it was looking as if you are going to school so that you can graduate and get a degree and work for an organization, right? But the truth of the matter is that, just like she said, there is something that you are passionate about that gives you joy, all right? And there are some ideas in your head that you are not also giving voice to, that you are not materializing. So for instance, when I was in school, I had these ideas in my head. Okay, I want to be teaching online. I want to be, but I want to, be able to do some of these things. I wanted to give my ideas to them, and so afterwards, I got a job. Right, I got a job, but then at the end of the day, I figured that okay, that thing is still like echoing in my head, and so that was why I had to stop the job and go and do it. And then in doing that thing, that all those ideas that were in my head, it kind of like, it looked as if it was nonsense, right? But they kept materializing into something that became sense at the end of the day. So the idea might be that something is telling you that you should go and learn a skill, like maybe tailoring or fashion designing, or something is telling you to go and learn graphics design, or something is telling you to write a book and then put the book and put it on seller or put it on Amazon, or something is telling you that you should maybe whatever it is, that those ideas don't stop. The truth of the matter is, everybody that is here, the truth of the matter is, we all know that thing that we are passionate about, or that the truth of the matter, everybody knows it. We are just confused because of, see, me. I sing. I enjoy talking. I enjoy teaching. I mean, these are things that are spinal that I've always, the people tell me I know. Do you understand? Like, you see them, you know them. There are things that you know, but you just keep doubting. You keep telling yourself, while when every other person is working with PMC, or what's the name, PWC rather. Me, I will be carrying guitar, I'll be singing up and down. What sense does that make? Or when somebody is working with First Bank and is maybe the MD or something, me, I will have a shop that is doing computer and doing typesetting or typewriting or paper. What nonsense is that? Those ideas, God is the one that is deliberate. The truth of the matter is that, see, either you're a Muslim or a Christian, or you're a traditional, or you're Arab, you're a creation of God, right? And because you're a creation of God, God by Himself speaks to you and inspires ideas into your head. Those ideas are not ordinary, they are your God given, they are ideas that God has deliberately impacted and imputed into your head that you must give flesh to and cause them to materialize. Don't stop them, and don't let in fact, don't even mention those ideas to people, because it's going to look like you are insane.
I'm telling you. Godwin,
Yes.
thank you very much for this powerful session. For me, it's always been authentic. I've attended a lot of purpose driven sessions and all that. For me, it's like I would say, it's always been authentic with ourselves. Um, you can deceive everybody, but there are two people you cannot deceive, so to speak. Two people, God
And
and yourself.
yourself.
So, when it comes to purpose, yeah, that's the way it is. You have to find it with God and be sincere with yourself, be authentic with yourself. That's the one take home. And those tips I also shared, please, you can actually use it to self audit. Are you following your purpose, or you are still chasing? And let me tell you, at the end of the day, the best place to earn, the happiest place to learn, to earn, the most joyful place to make money is in the place of your purpose. Take it or leave it. You know, you can't do something that you're not skillful, you don't enjoy doing. I talked about my sister that had a change of career. She had settled in very well in the financial sector because it's something that she enjoys doing. She's an CFA, sorry. She's a CFA, she's an ACCA, chief financial analyst. There are not many, you know. She's one. And this is a lady that graduated as the best vet student in University of Ibadan at the time,
Mm.
but it still didn't stop the excellence. She's just an excellent person, and she found herself in an industry that she could she was being appreciated for that excellence, and she could demonstrate her skill, and it aligns, and she's fine, she's making money from it. So what I would just say is check yourself. If where you are right now is draining you, it's not really something you're interested in, and you're just there for the money, um I'm not asking you to leave, to quit immediately. Have a strategy, knowing fully well that it's not sustainable. you know People talk about imposter syndrome. I will tell you, one cause or one reason why people do have imposter syndrome or less confidence at some point is because they are where they are not supposed to be. When you are in the wrong environment, work environment, or whatever, or wrong uh job that does not align with your purpose, does not align with your value, it it drops your self-esteem, and all those syndrome, all those terrible negative syndrome, you start kicking in. Imposter syndrome, you start feeling you're not good enough, right? So those are the things. There's nothing as sweet as staying in your purpose, and aligning with your while aligning with your purpose, while pursuing your purpose with passion, you can make money. That is the best place to make money.
Ah, that's it though. I don't go, yes. We will make money in this purpose.
All right, guys.
So,
So
someone is asking that she, I don't know, that she can she use her mic to ask a question.
please go ahead. Please on yeah. So we after this Saturday's mentorship session, right, that we hold on Saturday, we always have like, you can go now. We are done with the session, but if you want to stay back, you want to listen to the questions, you can. I mean, you can wait behind. So because we always give also the opportunity for people to ask general career questions at the end of the session. That's our own village towns meeting session. Yeah. So you can sign off if you want to, but if you want to stay back, you can stay back. Thank you very much for being here. GETWORK Nigeria. Don't forget to follow us on our different social media handles. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter as well. I'm very active on Instagram. At GETWORK Nigeria is the handle. Website is www.getworknigeria.com. You can reach out if you want to volunteer, if you want to be part of the course. Everything that we offer to young graduates in Nigeria are totally free. We are self-funded. We reach out to donors from time to time and sponsors and all that. If there's any way you feel you can support us, if there's any way you feel you can support us in outreach, in reaching out to more people and sending out the gospel that Nigerian graduates can be better, they can make a better quality work force. They can transition into the work environment and be the best even with their entry level positions. If you want to partner with us, we are very open to such partnership. As an employer, as a volunteer, we are very open. You can reach out to us. Our email, I'll put it in the chat box, is info@getworknigeria.com. So you can reach out to us and let us know how you want to partner with us. Thank you very much and have a great weekend. So over to the person that wants to ask a question. Please go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. Good day. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, good day. Good day. We
Hello,
can hear you.
Janet. Oh, it's Janet. Okay. How you doing?
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Yeah.
fine, thank you, ma'am. Hello, Mr. Smart. Good evening. Oh, I keep saying good
Hello.
evening. I'm in Nigeria. Sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Good day. It's not a
It's
problem.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Here is the thing. I'm a graduate of Saswell. I did not meet you in school, but then I heard about you. So this is like the first time we're
I can
speaking.
barely hear you. Can you try to speak more into your microphone?
Okay. Is it better now?
Okay, it's better now. Yeah.
Yeah, just try to speak louder
All right.
anyway.
Try to speak
All right.
louder.
So I was saying that I'm a graduate of Saswell, and this is like my first time of talking to Mr. Smart. And as it seems, we have a lot in common. Although during your session, it felt like you were just attacking, not in a bad way. I don't know if you get it. Like you were basically just talking to me about everything. Do you get?
I'm struggling to hear
Hello,
you.
can you
Can
hear
I'm
you
me?
hear?
struggling to hear you. Can you leave that environment where you are, or I don't know.
Okay,
I'm,
I'm
I'm
going to
really
do
struggling
that.
to hear you, but I'd love to hear what you're saying.
Is it better now?
I think so.
Hello?
It's better. When you say it's better, it's better. Then when you start talking, it kind of goes off.
Okay, I already left where I was before.
Okay, good. Okay, go
Is
ahead.
it the same thing
I
now?
can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, yes, the same. So I said that I'm a goddess of Southwest. Well, same as Mr. Smart. And although I did not meet him in school, I heard a lot about him when I got to school and I met some persons. But here is the thing. During his session, I felt like he was attacking me, but not in a bad way. Like he was basically just speaking to me, right from the volunteering, having to work with different people, changing careers, and all of that. And when I saw the topic, I was very, very happy about it because I've had this question in mind. I just completed my NYSC last month and I've been job hunting, not actively job hunting though, but I'm job hunting. Here's the thing. It feels like at this point in Nigeria, there is a particular pay range for entry level graduates in the market. And
Mm-hmm.
it's something that I feel like it won't serve me. Like, I don't want to sound money driven, but what I what I think is the pay is quite um low for me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me be open now. It feels like
Yeah,
150 is the
yeah.
maximum.
Authentic. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
150 is the maximum for whether you're coming with whatever you have, it's 150 for a
Mm-hmm.
start. And
Mm.
but I have been involved in other things before now. I have a business on the side, although I'm not actively into that business. I'm a jack of the J in my name is for jack of all trades. Like I'm basically into everything. So it's hard for me to settle for one. Now I want to move into the market, into the corporate world. And then the money is not something that I want to settle for. So I'm struggling. Am I supposed to like fit in first, manage whatever that is coming, or continue searching for what exactly will suit me?
Okay, so Godwin, do you have something to say? Godwin, go ahead if you have something to say.
I will say that you said you are doing some sort of business. What business is that?
Okay, I take classes online. I have a few students in the UK, good level learners, and I also make dresses on the side.
You also do what?
I take classes online, virtual
Uh-huh.
classes for grade level learners, and I also make dresses on the side.
That's good now. That's good. Me, I don't even have this talent that you have. Me, I only have one. So I think it makes sense. Then the thing is that at least that tutoring that you are doing, for instance, try to be strategic about it now. Try to see if you can upgrade yourself upskill yourself in that niche and try to also be distinct, right? And then also try to be excellent in what you are doing, because if you are excellent, if you tutor that child well and that result shows, that child is going to tell the parents will know, and they would find a way of connecting with their network. That
Hmm.
happened to me because I tutored, and the parents, because the
Hmm.
results showed, the parents had to call our other parent. That was how they were calling themselves. And as at that time
Mm.
in Ijebu, I was one of the hot cake tutor in the whole of Ijebu. I'm not kidding you. I was
Even
teaching
Ijebo,
and I
the
was making a
US,
lot of money.
tutoring internationally, self. Different time zones.
So, and teachers in Ijebu, they were coming to me. People that have been teaching for years in Ijebu, they were coming to come and learn how to teach online and teach people abroad. I was one of those people who started all those things in Ijebu, all these things that they started doing now. But I'm just trying to tell you that you need to be strategic, smart. Go online, check YouTube videos of how you can get more leads, more clients with tutoring online strategies and all that, and put all of those things into effect. The phone that you're using in front that you have that you're using can get you a lot of money, can get you a lot of insight, a lot of strategies that you can leverage, right? Another thing I'm going to say is about these dresses that you are making. You can, if you are a Christian or you are a Muslim, if you improve on this skill, look at somebody like Vicky James now. She started from, is it what did they say? She started from one Ajegule or whatever place. The place was so local. She was showing the room and she was making clothes there. Now, one thing that made her distinct to become who she is now is not because she's just making dresses. She,
Mm.
in that place,
Mm.
she
Created
became
a way.
excellent, such
Mhm.
that it was inevitable for her to not be Vicky James, the Vicky James that we know now. So find a way of improving your skill, upskill yourself. If you have to go and get some money to go and learn under somebody. I have a friend, what's her name? Sheyi is so desperate about learning, about becoming like Vicky James, that she there's this woman too that she was trying to connect with so that they can mentor her, and they said she has to go and look for 1.5 million. She say since she didn't have the money, she tried to apply for their scholarship. She couldn't get it. She started learning on YouTube. See, she made some clothes and sent them to me from Nigeria recently. My goodness, my sister loved those clothes, and my sister said that all the clothes that she's going to be doing from henceforth, she's going to be asking Shay to do. Shay, because Shay couldn't get into Vicky James
Please
scholarship.
connect me with you.
Yeah. I mean, and she's in
Yeah,
Nigeria, oh, and she's making a lot of money. She's sewing clothes for somebody in the US. Do you understand what I'm saying? So upskill yourself, and also don't be shy about your skill. Anywhere that you get to, like this, in church or in mosque or in school, oh, I make clothes, so I am doing tutorial kini, oh, I'm teach. I see. I will teach you your brain with be
it
so.
cannot happen by magic. It's sometimes we always think that passion, once you are pursuing passion, is just an escape. Like is pursuing passion does not take away the fact that you need to be excellent at it. Does not take away the fact that you need to know how to network. Does not take away the fact that you need to learn some basic skills like communication skills. Does not take away the fact that you need to learn your time management skills. Does not take all those basic things that you need to excel in the workplace. It does not, it's not a cover, it's not a hide and seek. You're passionate about something, does not deliver food at your table, gone in any just like that. No, it comes with all those things. Diligence. So when people say they are passionate about something, they're not getting money from their passion. It's not because you pursued your passion, you're not getting money. It's because you are not doing the things you're supposed to be doing in line with your passion. So pursuing the passion is not the problem. It's those things that you're meant to be doing. Okay, we always talk about job opportunities, you know, at the end of the day, somebody employing us, we getting a job and the person paying and all that. on the thing is, the person who is paying you, the entrepreneur who is paying you, is doing that job or has that company or has that business because they are passionate about it and because they are purposeful about it. They come to engage you not because you need a job, but because they need you and they found value in you. They found diligence, they found excellence. You are the best person for that job. They go for the best person. You are the best person for that particular role. That is the reason why they've come for you. They've seen something that aligns in you with that particular role. For me, even as everybody should actually think like an entrepreneur of yourself. Even as
Mhm.
an individual standing on your own, you understand? You should have those, you should pursue those excellence in what you do, because at that point, your clients, they are like your employers. They come for you because they've seen value in your work, they've seen value in what you do. But we want to pursue what we call security in quotes. I'm not saying that it is wrong to try to go for a job. I don't every like I said, everybody has their journey and it depends on the opportunity you get. But when you have things on the table, like you just brought out a real life situation, something that is being addressed right now, and you have the opportunity already, like you have your passion, you have your skill, you have your talent already looking at you, smiling at you, and then you are trying to pursue something that will not give you the earning that you
She
want.
already even knows the answer,
You
and
already
she's
know the answer.
even
You're already pursuing something that won't earn you. You are choosing between those things, right? I will tell you, go after something that is the best security in terms of job is the one that you have. Go after the one that you have and pursue, like what Godwin said, pursue it with excellence. If you have to upskill, upskill. There are a lot of information out there. And if you feel okay, I will say this strategy, that's where strategy comes in. If you feel okay, I need to earn so amount of money before I start this, you now come up with, okay, so what are the strategy? What are the ways I can earn this money? I may have to do extra. I may have to have a 9 to 5 by the side. I may have to have a 9 to 5 and still pursue my passion by the side and dedicate zero amounts of hours on this side also to bring it to a particular point where I can resign from my 9 to 5 job and pursue it 100%. There's also that. That's a strategy as well. So those are the things you want to think about. But what I would just say is this: it is not in pursuing your passion that you lose money or you lose not making money. In fact, it's in pursuing your passion that you make the most of money. Most people that you see doing what they do and earn a lot of money, they are doing what they like to do. They are enjoying it. And that's why they are being able to earn money and it's sustainable, right? So when you're pursuing your passion and you're not earning that zero amount that you need, you know what you need to do. You yourself already know. These are the things you need to do to get there. For some people, it's capital. Some people is a bit more effort and a bit more what do you call it? Um a bit more I'm looking for the word, a bit more insight, information on how to go about that particular craft. And that's where the place of mentorship comes in. Who is already doing or who is already successful in what you're already doing and
That
how do
thing
they
that
get there? You
mm,
understand? So you also want to look into that. So this is me just encouraging you. If entrepreneurship is the passion you have as a young graduate, my dear, there's nothing wrong with it. But you know that there are extra miles to go.
mm-hmm,
You have to go an extra mile because you've not worked under somebody. You have to submit yourself to mentorship. You have to submit yourself to knowledge and training. It's something you need to learn because I see some young graduates, they quickly want to own their own thing. That can also be a problem. You need to check your intention. What's the intention for owning your own thing? Is it because you don't want to work under somebody? They'll say they don't want to work under somebody. That's not enough reason. So you should be able to serve. You should have. I mean, you've served. You've done Nigerian Youth your service program, and I'm sure during your undergraduate years you volunteered. You are also a volunteer in GETWORK Nigeria. You've gained some skills. You've gained some experience. That is equally good. So going into the space of entrepreneurship and doing those things that you are skilled at in an entrepreneurial manner, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We even encourage more youths to go the entrepreneurship route, but it's just getting the right tools, just getting the right knowledge, and having your intentions in place and submitting yourself. Very important, especially if you're going into entrepreneurship very early. It is very, very important that you submit yourself to mentorship. I mean, mentorship with someone who has also done something you're doing. And mentorship does not mean that you are meeting the person, you're disturbing the person every hour, every minute. It can simply mean buying the person's book, what the person has written, or what the person has said, listening to the person, following the person on social media, listening to what the person is doing with respect to their crafts. Also know their boundaries. There are people I would not go to advise me in some certain things, even though I look up to them in some other areas. There are people I will not go for spiritual mentorship, even though I look to them towards career mentorship. And that's because I don't see one single person as a role model in everything that I do. Understanding that mentorship is another is another topic for another day. We are really going to
mm,
dive into that. I tell you, I promise you. Mentorship is another topic. So it's also understanding that art of mentorship. And like we're doing in Get Work Nigeria, all these mentorship programs that we're having sessions, really, even if it's one word or one statement or one insight or one guidance that you get from each of these last Saturday of the month mentorship that we do, it will help you throughout the year. At the end of the year, you won't come out the same. I can promise you that because we bring people to actually share real life experience, and being authentic is very, very important here. We just want that authentic because there's so much fakeness in the world, right? A lot of people, you see a lot of things on social media, they're not actually what they have when you see them real life. But we are bringing very authentic people here to share with you what you might not be doing right or what you need to be doing right or what you might be doing right and you need to do better at. And it will really, really help you. It's what I know that on the spot, it might not look like our answers have really solved your problem, but I know that we've shared insights that will help you to go rethink the way you are doing things and how you want to navigate, your early career start. Know that this is a work in progress. We know that, we might not be able to have answered everything in such a way that you can just go out there and start, we know that. So I would just encourage you. You are taking the right step. You are thinking the right way. It's very good. I also say be a jack of all trade is okay, but be a master of some. Very important. And knowing the one that you master and mastering it very well and showing excellence, diligence is a lot of work. Is a lot of delayed gratification. Is a lot
mm.
of sacrifice. You sacrifice a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it is worth it, right? It is very worth it. Thank you
I
very
wanted
much.
to quick, I
Yeah.
wanted to quickly add that you should please add a blend of courage to it, add a blend of confidence to it,
Yes,
and add a
correct.
blend of boldness to it. I mean, you might not even be 60% or 40%. I don't know if you've seen me talk. If I want to like sell an idea to you, I might not just know like maybe 30% or 40% of that product. But if I talk about it, you no born you go buy them. So that blend of confidence, that blend of being audacious, being bold, learn it as alongside with the submitting to mentorship that Auntie Bumi said. Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. Do we have any other question, or is there
Somebody
somebody?
was saying that she wants to connect with you. What about a working class like a teacher? How do I partner with you, sis? So she's saying she wants to connect with you. So I just told the person that connect with her on the GETWORK Nigeria platform, send
Exactly.
her an email using the email that she dropped as well. I don't know if there are other means that they can connect with you.
But that's perfect. People come into my DM like, if yeah, of course, I'm restrained. Like, I can't probably attend to everybody personally, and that's part of the reason why we established the platform. A WhatsApp community platform where you can see things and have information on all our sessions, and some questions can be answered from time to time. So sometimes you might drop in a message, but I can promise you within 48 hours you get a response from me personally. If you go to if you come into my DM, usually within a space of 2 days I will answer you. And then for GetWork Nigeria official email, if you have like a partnership opportunity, or you have an opportunity you want to bring us to, there's something happening in your school, if you're a student or a school you finished from, you have a connection and you feel there's something we can do in that space. We are in that stage where we are reaching out to Nigerian schools, Nigerian tertiary institutions, post-secondary institutions. We are trying to reach out to them. Their final year students. We are trying to help and support them with their career transitions, like moving from the classroom environment to the work environment and all that. If you feel you have a direct connection with any of these student affairs, or people that can really help us, to have a presence in these universities, come in and have like training sessions and all that. If you feel you have something around graduate mentorship, internship program, rather graduate internship program, as an employer, you feel there's a space for us to partner there, you can send in an official email of your proposal to us, info@getworknigeria.com, and you always get a response. Like I said, for me personally, if you come to my DM, I might not be able to respond to you immediately because there are several other people like you too that are asking questions. But within 48 hours, within 2 days, I would respond. All right. Thank you all so much for attending this session. And once again, have a great weekend.
Great. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Mark. Thank
Mom.
you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
Uncle D, thank you so much, sir, for joining.
Thank you
I
so
was
much,
thank you,
Mr.
sir.
Matt. Thank
Yeah.
You're
you,
welcome, bro. Well done, man.
Pastor.
Well done.
Thank you,
God bless
sir. Thank
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
for the
much.
encouragement too.
You're
Appreciate.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome,
That's a
sir.
good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Yeah. Bye, sir.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Okay. Godwin, thank you for coming. I can't be thanking you too much. You are part of us now. So, but thank you. That was a wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Can I stop recording now?
Yeah, you can, sure.